Welcome to the first lesson in our course, Creating Websites Using Notepad or any other text editor. First, I want to make it clear you can follow along and run the labs using TextEdit in Apple or VI in Unix or Linux, or OEdit or VI in ZOS. Our examples and labs are set in Notepads and Windows, but all this works on other platforms also. Before you start coding your web pages, it's a good idea to understand the environment of the web. In this video, we'll show you how to build a web page in the first minute, and then we'll get down to business, the flow of data on the web, and why the 1-minute web page works. Watch how we create a web page in virtually no time at all. Start up Notepad, key in some text, and it doesn't really much matter what it is. Then save as, let's call it firstpage.html in some directory. Then bring up File Explorer and find your firstpage.html, then just double-click. Voila, your text shows up in a web page in your browser. Well, that was easy. What's all the fuss? Let's find out. Although there are a lot of details we're ignoring, you can picture the World Wide Web as working this way. The user, you or a colleague or a customer, are at your computer, which is running Windows or Unix or Linux or Mac OS or what have you. To get to the web, you get into your browser application. Now, you, your computer, and the browser are considered to be the client. You tell the browser what web page you'd like to see in this form or a link that the browser converts to that form behind the scenes. The browser sends this request to the internet, which locates the specified host system, which is called the server. The server looks up the directory and page you requested and sends it back to you. Web pages are written in a text-based language, either HTML or XHTML format. We are focusing strictly on HTML in this course, details later. The browser converts this text into the familiar web pages we're used to seeing. We say the browser renders the page. So how was it that our 1-minute web page worked? When you name the file with an extension of HTML, then double-clicking the file name in File Explorer will invoke your browser. When the browser sees it's a local file it is retrieving, it will implicitly use the file:/protocol. And browsers are very forgiving. They make assumptions about any missing components. They implicitly assume there are tags around the data you send. Now, this can be a negative when you start debugging later in the course. Following this video is an optional video called Anatomy of a Name that talks about the structure of names of web resources. It's optional because it's a little nerdy, geeky, and not absolutely required to understand future content. Just nice to know, not need to know. In the next lesson, then, we begin our exploration of HTML.